I say she's tough. She can do anything.
Honestly, I think the only reason Toph is blind is because the writers realized she was too powerful and they needed to nerf her.
Yeah, probably.
And we're live. Welcome back
Amazing.
to the Wildlands campaign, where we are figuring out Avatar.
Mostly how powerful Toph is.
Everyone knows she's OP. Folks, take a second. Leave behind the worries and cares of the week. The long hours and the many dangers of the real world. Now you have some dangers in a fantasy world. So we are going to get into the Wildlands zone here. Folks, last time you ventured deeper into the bowels of Ubin Tower, which turned out to be an observatory / arcane cannon aimed mostly at the heavens. You spoke with a dark elf who controls the cannon at the top of the tower, but now you are down below, having gotten some advice and assistance from both her, Lady Uvazar, and Wick Wickersham, a young lad with a lucky wrench whom you befriended and gave you a very, very basic layout of the place. You went down the wooden spiral stairs where you observed a kind of a waste dump over here, which was kind of a little swimming pool for a mutant rat with 2 prehensile tails. You did a lot of thinking about whether to go after.
I can't hear Max.
I can.
I can.
Oh, it might just be me.
Yeah, just you.
Selective hearing. I only don't hear the dungeon master when I want to do something naughty.
Now I can hear him.
Oh, good. You spend a lot of time deciding whether to go after a treasure chest, or rather a merchant's coffer, which is half sunk into that pool of green glowing waste. You ultimately decided not to because a ghostly voice kept saying you had no right to the chest. And you decided not to tangle with that, whatever was behind that voice. And
We're very
moved
respectful
on.
people.
Indeed. You also found a rows of platinum coins on the bedroll over here, surrounded by bones. But you didn't go after those either. Instead, you skirted round the steam whistling out of a set of vertical pipes here. These are cross-section of vertical pipes. And poked your head around the next corridor, bethinking him of the potential traps that lay ahead, as he was warned by Wick Wickersham, as well as Asarik Stonefoot, the dwarf whom you've rescued. Blitz, your tiefling bard, took out a dagger and tossed it down this corridor to check for traps. The blade did not set off any traps, but it did make a loud metallic clatter, which called forth this fellow, whom you have seen either him or someone who looked very similar to him before Blitz.
Yeah, he looks like the guy downstairs. Upstairs, sorry.
Yes. He has this sort of uniform, a big, facial hair, and not a singular hair. A lot of facial hair, significant.
Has a facial hair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And carries a wrench and a gear. And he started shouting. As soon as he looked down the corridor at you, peeking your head around the corner, said, "You're not supposed to be here. Alert! Alert, I say!" And that is where we are picking up.
Blitz will put up his hands and say, "Wait, no, I'm not with those other tieflings. I'm not associated with them at all. Why would you assume that?" He kind of looks very accusatory at this guy, like, "Why would you assume I was with them?"
He pauses, looking up and down. He reaches out and slams a button.
I think Blitz runs backwards.
Okay. However, over here, a trap door opens in the ceiling, which Bella and Vapos could see this as well. And someone pokes their head out of it, upside down. You recognize the boy. It's Wick Wickersham. And upside down, and he pokes his head out, and you can hear distantly kind of a ring, 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 as of some kind of alarm or bell. And he says, "Oi, Umbolt, shame on you!" And he throws his wrench. The wrench smacks into the button that this guy just hit and unchecks it. There's a flash of light, and the wrench comes flying back to the kid's hand.
That's cool.
And you hear distantly, bring, brung. You can hear the older man saying something. Wick looks toward Bella. Who paid him? Did you all pay him, or was it Bella?
It's me. It was Bella.
He looks toward Bella, and he gives you a big wink.
Awesome.
And he calls someone from the vent. So upside down, he goes like this. Okay? Mm-hmm. And he goes up, and a girl pokes her head down. And you hear him sort of faintly saying, "That's them, Sarah. Let's get the word out." She nods, gives you an upside down thumbs up. Thumbs. She gets a little confused, and then pulls herself back upward and closes the small opening.
Blitz will very carefully step back in the hallway and kind of peek around and be like, "Can I come through now?"
The guy is standing there with folded arms, and he says, "I don't want any trouble."
"We don't mean any trouble. We're just passing through. We were trying to get down to deliver a message to Master Oven."
Well, it's no business of mine, but I'll happily pay you to leave me alone.
Did he say he'd pay us to leave him alone?
Mm-hmm.
Blitz will kind of cock an eyebrow and say, "Are you one of the masters?"
Nay, Mr. Fiend. I am not one of the masters. I suppose you must be one of them travelers. Not affiliated with the weapons buyers, are you?
No, sir. And my name is Blitz. You can just call me that, please.
Blitz, eh? Well, I am Humboldt, Master Engineer.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My companions and I were hoping to meet the masters on our way down, and that's why I wanted to ask.
Normally, visitors who have been invited to the tower travel past these floors via other means.
Well, we were invited in, but it was a rather impromptu invitation. I don't think we were expected necessarily, but the lady upstairs gave us her blessing to come down here. But she did warn us that we would need to be careful. That's why I didn't want to just step out of this hallway without checking first. And he'll kind of use Mage Hand to pick up his dagger and pull it back.
When he sees the dagger start floating, he lifts up his wrench defensively.
He just pulls it back and puts it back in his hand. And he says, you certainly don't have to pay us to leave you alone. We'll just be on our way. We appreciate you not attacking us, sir.
Well, I won't, since Master Wickersham seems to have vouched for you.
Anywhere in particular we need to avoid stepping so we don't get hurt?
As if I'd tell you the secrets of the tower.
I just meant this hallway.
Oh.
Or tunnel, I guess.
Well, you have a polite tongue in you and no mistake. If you promise not to come through this door, he jerks his thumb to his left, so he's pointing at this door.
Mm-hmm.
Where I be working, and I don't want to get involved in any fights, then I shall certainly tell you what lies beyond.
I promise. We have no quarrel with you whatsoever.
Can you speak for your whole group?
Yes, sir. I can guarantee that no one in this group wants to cause any trouble.
Well, all right then. Behind this door, he points behind him. So the southern door, can you see that door?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To those of you watching on the stream, I'm sorry, the fog of war is a bit thin, so it's maybe a little hard for the stream to tell what the players can see, but they can see this hallway. He jerks his thumb at the southern door. He says, behind this door lies the maintenance corridor. No, this is the maintenance corridor. Let me get this straight. Behind this door lies the chemical experiment lounge, where you can find Mistress or Master Oraxia.
Okay. Excellent.
She is in negotiations with an important visitor. But she is very kind as long as you don't make any mistakes. However, this door is trapped, warded off, and you'll get a nasty shock if you touch it unauthorized. Behind that door, and he points to the eastern door, lies the Vasiric acid gauge room. It is an extraordinarily dangerous location. However, Should you go in that direction, you will be able to deactivate the door which lies behind me, causing it to power down. And possibly leaving it unlocked, I'm not entirely sure.
Wow. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, one more thing. He's about to go back inside. One more thing. To the east are a number of my co-workers, I guess you'd say. Fellow slaves stolen from their own lands. Well, they will have heard the alarm and may be on their guard and rather territorial. So you may not get a friendly welcome.
Is there any way to signal them that we're not dangerous and that we're welcome here?
I doubt it.
Very well.
Perhaps you can reason with, Perhaps you can reason with the man in there. However, he was a reprobate in his former life, and a bit cranky since they took his left hand.
Understandable.
I see. Well then, sir, unless you have any other pertinent information, I will not bother you any further. My companions and I greatly appreciate your help.
Why did you say wow?
I was a little bit. I frankly just wasn't expecting such help. That was all very helpful. I appreciate it.
Well, as my mother back in Arkany used to say, it's no skin off my nose.
Fair enough.
He takes a key that hangs around his neck and plugs it into this door. There's a sound like and the door slides out of his way. He gives you a last shifty-eyed glare over his mustache and steps inside.
Alright, Blitz will turn around, come back out here, and he will inform the party everything that he was just told. We are not to bother that man in that door. If we go through that door, it'll be very dangerous. We will probably be attacked, but we will find the mechanism to unlock the door to the south, which will lead us to the first master/mistress, who is currently in the middle of negotiations with someone. But it sounds like as long as we are polite and don't make any faux pas, we will be fine. And yeah, just that he'll just say, like, I think we are clear to move through. Let's just be prepared for a tussle if those men don't want to listen to us or don't want to listen to reason. I think we should try to reason with them first, but you never know. That man, Hubert, I believe, or something like that. Did not
Darius Cooper.
Sorry, yes. No, the man I spoke to.
Oh, his name is Humboldt.
Humboldt, sorry. Humboldt did not seem too confident in our chances to sway him, but I suppose we could give it a shot.
No, as long as it's not more evil shrimp, I'm all for talking first.
I say that is a very fair and reasonable guideline, given what we've experienced.
Yes, that most certainly makes sense to me as well. And should a fight break out, maybe perhaps we could try to endeavor for more non-lethal methods so as not to anger the masters by depopulating their staff.
Blitz is gonna furrow his brow and say, it's strange. It almost feels like I don't know. I got a strange sense from Humboldt that he didn't necessarily care too much, but he's not one of the masters, so you may have a point. It just seemed very strange the way that he just seemed to nonchalantly say that they might attack us or be territorial, as if he expected us to fight them. I don't know. I do wonder how deep loyalties run in this place. But who knows? I absolutely agree that we should attempt to be diplomatic here. I'm wondering how much these people even care about each other.
I have kind of gotten the impression that anyone who would stay in this place for very long, they don't seem like the normal kind of person.
Well, it sounds like they're being kept here against their will.
That could be.
Humboldt referred to them as slaves.
I am visibly uncomfortable at the mention of slaves being here.
Yeah, Vapos definitely is as well.
I mean, it may have been an expression, but I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to understand this place.
Or are we perhaps on the wrong side of this?
What confuses me is if the folks here didn't want to be here, why wouldn't they just leave? It feels like they all know the traps and the triggers and all of that. Why wouldn't they just deactivate everything and take off on their own? I wonder what binds them to this place.
Perceive us as being on any particular side in this. I mean, what we're here to do is deliver a message to stop selling weapons. So, insofar as that goes, I don't think that we're really on the side of the... Yeah.
I mean, I for one I don't really have an issue with accepting free gifts, even if it is from unsavory people. But I see your point. I think we should be very careful while we're here. It seems like they perhaps favor people with mechanical inclinations, which I don't think any of us have. I look at he kind of turns to the dwarf, which is probably a little racist, but he's the only one in the group that he doesn't know very well.
Sarek?
Yeah, sorry, not Mavra. Sarek.
Aye, lad. But it's no simple matter. This is a place of madness. Cursed. You understand?
Well, then, maybe we ought to talk. Do we not want to meet most of the masters? Maybe we should take some of the shortcuts and just get to Miss Master Ubbin as soon as possible.
I don't know, I got the impression that if we didn't take I don't know if we want to call it the proper way down, but that's the closest thing that comes to mind, it may end up being considerably more dangerous for us in the long run.
I am inclined to agree with Bref here. I will also say, however, that while talking is certainly a good way to deal with these people, we should also keep in mind that we are on a bit of a timetable. We know that the people who are trying to buy the weapons are already here and they're ahead of us.
You're right. I say we get moving. Maybe Bella and I should be towards the front to try and begin negotiations if things get weird, and maybe Bref and Mavra can be close by in case it doesn't go well.
That seems reasonable to me.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm gonna move towards the door and see if I can open it.
Okay. As you reach out, Asarik, who is periodically, he seems like he's drifting in and out. He's very exhausted from his ordeal. But as soon as you reach out to the door, he's like, "Careful! Careful, lad!"
Oh, sorry.
That's how my friends died.
I see.
Touching doors.
Okay. Is there like a... I know most of these have a single keyhole in the middle. Is it the same thing with this door?
Yes.
I see. Out of curiosity, Blitz will take his dagger. I don't think he's really trained in like sleight of hand or anything, but he'll see if he can maybe like just stick it in the keyhole, and if anything happens.
All right. You stick your dagger in the toaster. I mean the keyhole. And
Oh boy.
Vapos is also moving up. He wants to inspect things.
Okay.
No, you're made out of water. Stand far away from him.
Yeah, this is probably a bad... I thought of using Mage Hand, but I wasn't sure that would work.
You stick your dagger in the keyhole, and you feel a little zap, a little electric shock.
Okay, I would let go of the dagger then.
You take 1 point of damage.
Oh, okay. Ow! Okay, that wasn't very wise of me. I guess I will try to use Mage Hand and hold the dagger and, I don't know, turn it? See if that does anything?
You're attempting to pick the lock?
Yes, I suppose so. I'm not trained, and I don't really have I don't think I have a thieves kit or anything. I'm just improvising here.
Well, I guess make a lock-picking roll with disadvantage. Would
that be like a sleight of hand?
I guess it's just a straight dex check with disadvantage.
All right.
Normally it would be use the kit.
Yes, you're right.
Skill.
12.
Unfortunately, the dagger kind of moves around, but it doesn't pick the lock.
Okay. Blitz will kind of shrug and say, "This isn't really my area of expertise." What do you think, Vapos?
Frankly, I'm not sure either, but I was hoping I might be able to get a closer look and see if there was another way to open the door.
All right, just don't touch it. It zapped me.
Okay, thanks for the warning. Yeah, Vapos just wants to kind of get a closer look at the door, see if there's any other, like, mechanical bits to it that might either be a way to open it directly or, like, a way to disarm the trap.
Make an investigation roll as you step up to the copper and brass door with a keyhole in the middle and elaborate scroll work worked along its surface. There's a strong smell of ozone in the air, mixing with the ambient smells of steam, copper, and sulfur in this place.
I got a 15.
Examining it carefully, you see that the lock looks rather simple, and actually, not all the locks look the same. You know, it looks like a slightly different. Even at a distance, you can tell it's different from the lock on this door. There really isn't a whole lot else to note. Well, actually, You don't find any evidence of this, but you can guess that there must be some way to not get electrocuted. When fiddling with the lock.
Vapos would like to look around this, or like not just at the door itself, but just kind of this part of the hallway, see if there's any other kind of mechanism or like a ground or anything like that.
May I assist him?
Sure. Okay. Okay, go ahead and make another investigation check with an assistance-based advantage.
Okay.
Oof.
That did not go as well.
You're not really finding much, except there are variations, slight variations in the floor here and there.
Okay.
Max, may I investigate the southern door to see if I can find any clues that might help us figure out how to open the eastern door?
Sure. Go ahead and roll in another investigation check.
I'll come down and I'll assist you on that.
$17.
You note that there's a different design on this door. Rather than simple scroll work, you notice potion bottles. What looks like measuring scales and titration setups worked into the embossed art upon the door. You also are noticing, well, it seems to be a more even perhaps thicker or more solid construction. And the smell of ozone is much stronger coming from this door.
So that makes sense because Mr. Humboldt said that this door led to I believe, chemical experimentation room. So the markings kind of make sense. And he did say that this one is trapped. So it also makes sense that this one, I bet you if we were to touch it, it would make a much stronger electrical shock than the one to the east.
And let's not do that.
Maybe we should take a look at this door next to you, but don't make too much noise. I promised Mr. Humboldt that we wouldn't bother him.
I'm not sure that we're really getting anywhere with this. Maybe we should get the rest of the group and see if they can help.
So we're trying to get through this door's lock, the northern one?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to approach the door and take out my sword, jam it in the lock, and try and force it.
Okay. You immediately receive a small electrical shock. Take 1 point of damage.
Okay, so how does 1 point of damage round when you have resistance?
I will say that you're immune to it. Go ahead and make your. That's awesome. Go ahead and make your dexterity check as you wiggle the sword around in the tip of the sword around in the lock. Is this a magical sword?
This is a magical sword, yes.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Okay. You really don't get anywhere. You can feel the electrical shocks coming through, but of course they're not hurting you.
Oh, it feels nice.
Like your personal massage chair.
Your magic sword leaves deep cuts and scratches on the brass lock.
Should I just, like, stab the lock?
Are you attacking
If all
it?
else fails, I mean, it will do what you think is best, Bref. But keep in mind that if we break down the door, it will likely make the inhabitants more unhappy.
Well, I'm not gonna break down the door. I'm just gonna break the lock. I'm not trying to pick the lock. I'm trying to jam my sword directly through the lock.
Make a strength check.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
I don't have a sound for this, so my mic will probably cut out when I try to do this. But it's like... There's a sound of screaming, wrenching metal as the black blade of Erikosh forces its way through a softer metal, slightly softer, and all the way through the door. Everyone can hear this. It sets your teeth on edge. And Bref, you hear a loud click, and the door slides to the wall. I assume you pull your sword out.
Yes.
Go, yeah. And the door just goes shoot, shoot, like it wants to get out of your way.
Smart door.
I picked the lock, everyone.
A breath.
Yay! Good job, Raph!
Fantastic. All right, let's go. Although we must be careful. He did say it's very dangerous down this way.
I will go first.
Remember Master Wick's warning to not trust corners.
Or the middle of the hallway.
That too.
What
Okay.
can I see peeking around this corner?
You see a room that is full of pipes. There's a hissing and a humming sound. And through the forest of pipes on one side of the room, you can see two rather large wooden chests. Your attention is also caught, Bref, by the strong smell of sulfur that seems to perhaps to be emanating from a thick miasmic cloud, kind of floating and hovering in the opening at the southern end of the room. But all of that is somehow less disturbing than the sound and appearance of a drip, 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 coming from the ceiling, pipes on the ceiling. This whole room is just crisscrossed with pipes. There's something about the black sludge drip, drip, dripping from the ceiling that you find that makes your skin crawl.
Which is weird because normally I'm a big fan of sludge.
Exactly. There are sparks shooting out from where the door slid into the wall behind Bref.
Okay, everyone. It looks like we may be up for our most pipe-filled challenge yet.
Somewhere in the distance we hear, Yahoo!
It's probably Cordy.
Chris Pratt, is that you? Ah, friend dwarf. Not you, Mavra. A new friend dwarf. Do you have any idea what this black sludge might be?
Oh, you're asking me. Is it safe to come forward now?
Oh yeah, just don't touch the door. It's kind of still sparking, but I think it's safe. Just don't, I mean, I wouldn't walk past where I am.
I don't know. I don't like it. Seems unsafe. Perhaps we should find another way.
Huh.
We didn't come to this
Safe
floor.
is my middle name.
Breath!
I don't have a middle name. Oh, I'm going to pull out. I have a, gosh, where is it? No. A belaying pin. And I'm going to poke the sludge with my belaying pin to see if there's any reaction.
Okay. So you're going to you move a little farther forward to reach it. And yeah, you poke it. And unlike oil or water, it seems to be very, very viscous. And it kind of goes, you kind of push it with the pin and the bubble of it goes. Like it wobbles rather than getting smeared.
I'm going to move the pin over and see if the bubble seems to follow it.
Like it's sticky?
If it seems to have locomotion.
Make a perception roll.
Come on, baby, do the locomotion.
Thank you. I was thinking the exact same thing.
22.
It doesn't move, but it kind of tracks the pin a little bit.
Okay, when I'm not sure, I think the sludge might be a little bit alive.
Bref, with a 22, you also notice that the end of the pin is now damaged.
Oh, also dangerous. Don't touch the sludge, everyone.
So alive and dangerous.
Chemical burn.
Interesting.
Also, refresh. Do you literally have a belaying pin on your sheet?
Yes.
Okay, refresh your inspiration. That's some great sailor background flavor right there.
Now it's damaged.
Well, not much.
Okay, I mean, we have to get through this room. I'm going to take one more step forward. See what happens.
Okay. There's a sudden sound from the southern part of the room. Damn! Get your stink away from me.
Hello?
Seems to be coming from a room, another room to the south.
Okay, I know I don't smell great, but could you smell me from all the way over there? People in here are calling me stinky.
Very rude.
You're not that stinky, Breath.
Aw, thanks.
That cough was a fake cough for the character, by the way. I wasn't really coughing.
Alright, I will take one more step. Here.
Okay.
If our dwarvish friend is not going to move, I'm going to come in as well. I would like to see what's happening.
Okay. You're watching Breath kind of skirt his way around this black drip, drip, drip from the ceiling. You can see the two large chests. He just left, didn't he?
Oh, he can still hear.
Oh, okay.
He has fancy headphones.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
You can see the two large chests through the forest of pipes in the southwest corner of the room.
I think just to test something, Blitz is going to say out loud, "Oh boy, it sure would be nice to open up those chests and take whatever's inside." And then he listens to hear if anything says, "You have no rights."
There is no response.
Interesting.
Sarek looks back at you, the other three of you, and he says, "Who's going next?" Should I go next?
If you want to. Probably best in the middle of all of us. That way nothing can sneak up behind you either.
I like the middle.
Please go.
All right, young Mavra. Oh, look, chests.
Right. The fact that I heard Blitz say that and did not hear a voice makes me even more nervous about them, so I'm just going to stay far away from them and take another step right here.
Okay.
Hey, Max.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to use Mage Hand to open up the northernmost chest?
Sure.
Okay, I will pilot my little ghost hand and try to lift the lid if it's not, 10 pounds.
The ghostly hand just doesn't seem to be able to affect it.
Oh, damn, it's too heavy. Okay, well, either it's trapped or the spirits here don't care about this chest, or miraculously, it's not something they actually have control, like ownership of rights to. I guess I'll try the other one just for completion's sake. I'll also see if I can use the ghost hand to mage hand to open the other chest.
You send out the mage hand. It passes through the many cobwebs covering that chest and yank. It moves the cobwebs, but not the lid of the chest.
Darn. All right. Butts will just shrug and say, like, unless anyone wants to get closer to those things, we might just want to ignore them.
Once again, you hear from the south. Ah, get away.
All right. I'm going to take... Oh,
Sorry,
wait.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's my computer was being slow. I'm going to take the final step in front of the miasma.
Yeah, it's like a thick, stinky fog that's blocking your view past it. Bref, you can hear a kind of a clicking and soft beeping sounds. And somebody breathing heavily.
All right, everyone, we got a sulfurous miasma. How are we feeling about this?
Toxic.
Not particularly good. I do have one other thing that I could try regarding these chests. I could use my elemental arms to try to reach them and open them from a safer distance.
Be worth a shot. I mean, look, if we're in here, we might as well get some treasure, is all I'm saying.
Yes, our purses are a bit light, and it does sound like there are other things that are going to be worth purchasing later on.
They're slavers. They get their money from slaves. Let's just take their money.
I'm just a little nervous about the whole, demons telling us to leave this stuff alone situation.
Yeah, but like, they're demons. Screw them.
That means they're also very dangerous. Actually, they're probably devils, but either way, they're still very dangerous.
I mean, I don't know. I lost respect for those guys a long time ago. I'll be real.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and activate my Arms of the Elemental Self. And so the first thing that happens as it explodes.
Explodes?
Well, it's sort of. When I activate them, each creature of my choice that I can see within 10 feet of me must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take force damage.
Okay.
So
your friends are gonna love you.
Yeah, it's creatures that I choose. So I'm not choosing to activate it I'm not choosing to let any of my friends be hit by it.
All right.
But I will let the ooze be hit by it.
What ooze?
Or whatever the sludge, the black stuff. That's
The
behind
drip on the floor.
Yeah. Since Bref had mentioned that it might be kind of moving.
Okay, I assume you have to see. You have to see the enemy.
Yes, it does require that you be able to see. So it may do very well do nothing.
Okay.
Just a thing that I'm pointing out.
Okay.
So
got it. So you're gonna for free damage that.
Yeah, if there's anything there, it would take 9 damage on a failed dex save.
Okay. And in the same turn, in the same activation, you're gonna reach out with the arms at something?
Yes. I will reach out with the arms to try to lift the lid on this chest.
Okay. All right. So you just did like 3 things.
Hey.
So a lot of things are going to happen. All right. Okay. First, the drip, drip, drip gets faster from the pipes that crisscross the ceiling of this room. Next, as your arm, your water arm, touches this chest, it does in fact transform. The lid finally opens, and it is full of teeth.
Finally, we found one. First time this campaign.
Chomp!
Oh my god.
You played Mimic Roulette and lost.
It will chomp your arm. Its loud roar rings throughout the dungeon, vibrating in the pipes.
Damn it.
The drip, 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 which increased to a stream of drips, becomes a rain, and then poof, dumps on top of yous. Blorch!
Yep.
Oh god.
From the ceiling.
Venom?
Okay. From the south, you hear, "What the frick? We gotta see what's going on." Phew. Okay. It's that time, folks.
You know, I said we should leave them alone.
Initiative. Don't forget to select your token first. Okay. So this disgusting thing just dumped on you guys, and you can tell right away that it's alive, like the rest of it. It moves with this horrible dim intelligence, and as it coats, landing right on top of Vathos and Blitz, it burns you guys with this horrible, painful chemical burn.
Great.
Well,
So, I am going to need you guys. I guess you just take, you just take the acid damage.
Can I make like a dex check or a saving throw or something to try to get out of the way as it comes down?
I guess that would be fair. But where would you go?
Like down into the corner next to Bref? Like down here or something?
Yeah, I'd probably move.
That area is
Like
full
right
of
there.
pipes. So you can wedge yourself in there with a dexterity saving throw.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Max, could I move down here to get
Yeah.
out of the way?
I guess so.
Never mind, I got a 9.
Okay.
Never mind, I got an 8.
All right, take 5 acid damage, each of you.
Cool.
Splat!
Acid resistance. Water chassis powers activate.
So it would properly be
Hard to melt water.
actually. Okay. I'll make it underneath you though.
Blitz is appropriately horrified and disgusted.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
so is Phapos.
The definition of disgusting. It has the consistency of pudding.
Oh God.
Stinking black pudding-like substance that burns you chemically wherever it touches. Bella, it's your turn. You react first to this crazy circumstance. Actually, wait. Let me roll another thing here. Okay.
I'm going to move here, pushing my way past.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say death to my enemies.
Ooh.
And I'm going to try and shoot this mimic.
Ooh, okay.
At the 20 to hit.
Okay. Now it does have a bonus to its armor due to you having to shoot. You see these vertical pipes here?
Yeah, I know, but
You're
it's completely surrounded by them. I don't know what to do about that.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
However, you got a 20
Yep,
or higher.
20.
Okay. So you will still hit.
That's nice.
The chest is not very dodgy. So how much damage do you do? 17?
Yes.
Okay. The chest with teeth lets out a cry of pain and frustration as it did not satisfyingly chop down on a water arm. What's up, Bella? What's next?
That's it for me.
Okay. Next, you guys hear, drop it already. And the stinky cloud dissipates, revealing a whole bunch more stuff. Only you can't see it yet because I haven't revealed it yet. Hang on a minute. There's more than just that one guy. There we go. So this awful thing leaps forward to attack you, Bref. Actually, no, before it does that, this fellow down here catches your attention. One of his arms has been replaced by what appears to be some kind of mechanical hammer. And he carries a weapon in his other hand that looks rather strange, and you don't recognize it, but he points it at you, Bref. And he says, intruders! Take them out! We have to protect the Vassiric gauges! And he fires with this deafening well, Ref, there's this sound like pew! And a dent appears in the wall by your shoulder there.
By the gods, it's a thunderbox!
You've seen much larger versions on ships.
I can't compartmentalize like that.
Okay, there's a lot of weird creatures in this room. However, the one that will concern you the most is this one that leaps forward now to attack. It is black of skin and rail thin, skeletal in appearance, and has a single horn that comes out of the back of its head and curls to point forward. It has long, pointed nails like claws. And, the claws constantly seem to be bleeding from under the nail. So that this horrible looking thing leaps forward to come at you. And it will come at you with 2 claws attacks and a bite attack. And I believe it will actually have advantage at this point. Because were you expecting that, Breath?
Well, let's see. I do have...
Oh.
I cannot be surprised at the beginning of combat.
Nice. Okay, so he will not have advantage on you. However, your AC...
He still rolled really well.
He still rolled really, really high, so he still hits you with both claws. And his bite attack... he will just barely miss with the bite. Okay, so he hits you with the 2 claw attacks, and they hurt as they rake across your body. One does 8 points of 8 points of damage, and the other does 10, so 18 total. However, each of them, that liquid that it seems to secrete also does acid damage. And so you're going to take that twice. So that's 8 more. So 18 plus 8 is 26 points total if you don't have resistance to any of that.
Sadly, no.
Okay. The guy back here shouts something in a language you don't understand. You're calling the bag. We'll go on. We're going to the bag. And these 2 things shuffle forward. They are horrible to look upon. They are continuously melting blobs of flesh people. So they're definitely flesh, but their flesh is bubbling, oozing, and melting down to the floor continuously. And they move forward. There's another creature over here. It's like a giant, intelligent-looking ant. And it starts gathering up some coins that are scattered on the floor. A large pile of platinum coins.
Just out of curiosity, was the language that he was speaking deep speech?
It was abyssal.
Okay. Do not know that one.
There's a lot else going on in this room, obviously. There are these gauges. There are these large pipes sticking out of the wall that periodically go psss, like this one is doing on the map, shooting out this cloud of greenish gas. And one more thing. This giant ant is covered in glowing runes that seem to be carved into its chitinous shell. That was a lot, so please ask any questions if you need me to repeat anything. I'd hate for you guys to, not understand something simply because you didn't have time to absorb it. There's a lot going on. We're going to go to the next person's turn, Akiri.
Akiri wants to befriend the ant, but that's for later. Oh, heavens. Akiri is going to... Yeah, she's gonna scoot forward. Excuse me, pardon me. Sorry. And end up here.
Okay.
And then through the valves and pipes and stuff, she's going to Sacred Flame the mimic. Needs to make a dex save.
The chest with teeth tries to dodge out of the way, and it will fail, taking the full 10 radiant damage.
That's right. You have too many teeth.
All right. Blitz's turn.
Would I need to disengage to move here, given that it's still within 5 feet?
You wouldn't need to disengage.
Can I move to that spot? I can't tell if that pipe is like in the way.
I'm just trying to decide whether you should. I think you're gonna have to take damage at the start of your turn.
That seems fair. I'm in the
You're
pudding.
literally inside of it. So go ahead and take 5 more acid damage, please.
Okay.
However, you can stumble out of the thick, viscous pudding mixture.
But I don't need to disengage. I can just move.
Yeah.
Okay. Blitz will move back,
Okay.
utterly disgusted. But he will pull out his sword, and he is going to try to stab this black pudding with his sword.
Right on.
Well, that's a 9 to hit.
Okay. That's a hit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It makes
In that case,
no attempt to move out of the way.
that's 5 piercing damage, and then I'm gonna burn an inspiration.
You said
To
piercing?
you. Piercing, yes.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna burn an inspiration. To deal an extra 3d6 psychic damage using psychic blades. So that's an extra 11 psychic damage on top of the 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
Nice.
And then
What?
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Your rapier
Uh-oh.
burns as the tip of the metal punctures into the pudding. And it is now damaged.
Okay. Blitz will pull it back and like shoot. Damn it.
The
Okay.
creature did take the damage, though.
Okay. As a bonus action, I will give inspiration to Breath. It looks like he's gonna need some help, so I'm gonna give inspiration. Well, no, yeah, I'll give inspiration to Breath.
Okay.
So Breath, you have bardic inspiration.
That is very appreciated.
I believe you get a D8 that you can use to add to stuff, and that'll be my turn.
Mavra.
Right. God.
Oh,
I'm
we
so
lost
annoyed
Danielle.
by this guy. Is this? Can I move here?
That space?
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Well, fuck. What about here?
Yes.
Okay. She rudely shoves past this guy and then gently scoots by Bella. And then just starts wailing on the slime.
Fuck that guy, I
Yeah.
guess.
Dragon's bite.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Look at you go, dude.
The green axe bites, meeting no resistance into the oozing black pudding-like thing, slashing right through viciously. Getting a critical hit, no less. And where the slashes have gone, it goes like running a knife through pudding. Takes absolutely no damage from her.
God.
However, the axe is not damaged.
It's absolutely what?
It takes
No damage.
no damage from her.
So the pudding
Even though it's
is.
a magic weapon?
Even though it's a magic weapon. The magic weapon part means that the axe is not damaged. It takes no damage from this
Okay.
acidic creature. However, as the slashes go through the pudding, it's like running a knife through pudding. It just kind of goes reforming.
So it's immune to slashing damage.
Okay.
I believe that's the end of Avra's turn.
Let me double check. Yes, that will end it.
Bref, it's your turn. You're just going to have 2 turns in a row.
Well, first thing I would like to do is go into a rage. Because, I really don't like these folks. They're pretty mean. Alright. So, first thing that happens when I go into a rage, it's almost like a little, Dragon Ball Z action. There's a crackle of electricity all around me. That does mean this fight will take approximately 15 episodes.
Sorry, you cut out. You cut out there.
I would like the bleeding nail guy in front of me to please make a, let's see, dexterity saving throw. Oh,
Fail.
yeah, bleeding. Okay, cool. He takes some lightning damage. 3 points of lightning damage.
What's your
to
wisdom?
Bleeding nails guy in front of me.
What's your wisdom?
And then...
What's your wisdom? Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, what?
What's your wisdom score?
My wisdom is
Okay.
I can. Can you hear me?
You're cutting out a lot, and I think you're hearing me at a delay. Yeah, 14. Got it. Okay. If Ref can't hear this, can someone tell him that the skeletal creature with the claws takes absolutely no damage from his lightning and laughs at him?
Well, let's see you laugh at this, you little motherfucker. And then I'm going to recklessly swing my black blade. And that's a 21 and a 25 to hit.
Boom! Boom! 2 big hits, my friend. Big hits. With a wisdom score of 14, you can tell he takes absolutely no damage from the poison.
Okay. So
However, he will still...
25.
Why is it... Where's the extra 5? I see 22. Oh, there's the other 3 there. Okay, yeah. 25.
Yeah, the
okay,
rage
yes.
damage. Yep.
All right, absolutely. The rage damage. Okay, so he takes 25 damage, and that kind of tends to wipe the smile off his face, but it's still like snarling at you, and it says something in abyssal. I'm sorry, did I say abyssal? I meant infernal.
Oh, then I understood it.
Oh, okay. Well, before this guy was telling the melty creatures to get forward and protect him and the equipment, and this thing is saying, "You will die, and I will feast upon your entrails. Thou art but mortal." Since my voice is coming through strangely, that will end my turn. Okay. Thank you very much, Bref. He took a big hit from that. Okay. Vapos, you're up.
All right. So
Acid
I'm
damage.
stuck in this goo.
You take 8. 8 acid damage to you unless you have resistance.
8. I do have resistance. So I will take 4. So I would like to... There's not a lot of room here, it looks like.
It's cramped conditions.
So how tall is this room? Could I potentially try to climb up the pipes that are right in front of me?
It is 8 feet.
Okay. Are the pipes like super slick, or are there like mountings and stuff on them that I could use as footholds potentially?
They are slick, but oh, you mean they're not smooth? Yeah, no, there's rivets and fittings that you could. But actually, I mean, they're very easy to climb for someone who's trained in climbing, because all you have to do is wedge your fingers in between 2 of the pipes and shimmy on up.
Perfect. Then yeah, I'm gonna climb up just so that I'm out of this thing's just out of its general vicinity.
Are you do you have proficiency in athletics? I mean acrobatics?
I do.
Or
I am
athletics?
proficient in both athletics and acrobatics.
All right, then you don't even have to make a check. That's a pretty easy one.
Cool. And so once I'm up there, I'm going to start just raining some elemental punches on this thing. And so I'm going to be making 3 attacks using my bonus action.
Okay. So you've climbed up off the floor, And while hanging off the pipe, you are leaning down and punching it down on the where
With
the
my
big puddle of it
elemental
is.
arms, which
With
are
your elemental-
separate from my regular arms.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And
This is a very
they've got a 10-foot reach as well.
magical wushu moment.
Yes.
All right.
So yeah, lowest to hit was an 18.
Okay. Yep. Those were all hits.
Cool. Then I am doing 34 force damage to it.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. It takes that damage to the dome. Except it doesn't have a dome.
Cool.
Crunchy.
All right, and that is my turn.
All right. After punching a wet pudding, a hole through the awful pudding, Vapos's turn is done. Okay, it will now attack. And what it does is it gathers itself into these long pseudopods that reach out and strike. That's what it sounds like. A wet fart. And it will... Let's see. Well, Vapos, you did the most damage to it.
Okay. I sort of expected that I would be drawing this thing's ire.
I think it is definitely drawn. Yeah, for sure. Oh! Actually, well, I just rolled a natural 20. Okay. So it hits you and actually crits you, doesn't it?
Yep.
So it will deal... I'm trying to figure out if it I guess it doubles all the dice, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are lucky in that you are resistant to acid damage because it's a lot of acid damage.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the physical damage that it does is 8. Bludgeoning.
Okay.
The acid damage that it does to your face is 33, half rounded down.
So 16.
16. You lucky duck.
I'd be luckier if he didn't crit me.
Now, what I actually was supposed to do, but I'm doing it now, is this. Breath.
Yes?
When Mavra hit it with with her axe, she cut through it without doing damage to it into 2 pieces. And so there's now 2 of them.
Ruh-roh.
2 smaller versions of them.
Oh no.
Max, did I miss what the mimic did?
I don't think it's gone yet.
I forgot to go with the mimic, but that's because the mimic is running away.
Oh, okay.
It got shot and then lasered. And it does not like this situation. Nobody grabbed him, touched him. So yes, actually the mimic horribly sprouts long, double-jointed insect-like legs, and it climbs up to the ceiling, opens a hatch on a pipe, and transforms into like this long thing that can fit through. And it climbs through an opening and is gone.
We didn't get to tame it, Akiri.
Sad bird.
Don't worry. I'm sure there's something else that can be anticlimactic. So actually, let's see, who else? Mavra, yes. Mavra is getting attacked by the other smaller pudding. It doesn't even get close. Mavra's, armor deflects it without taking any damage.
Magical biohazard suit.
Bella.
I am going to pull out my favorite writing pen, and uttering some magic words, I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians and summon
Do it!
a horde of flying purple books.
Summon a horde of angels.
Exactly.
All right, your magic color is purple, and the radius is 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. Okay. There are now glowing books flying everywhere.
And obviously I designate all my friends and our dwarf guy to be unaffected by the Spirit Guardians.
Okay. Asarik is like freaking out, but he seems to be having a hard time. Okay. Is that it, Bella?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
No. I am going to move myself. If I can figure out this stupid touchpad. I'm going to move myself here.
Okay. Now that it's been split, it's taking up fewer spaces.
Yeah.
Right on.
So since I'm free to move there, I'm going to move there, and now more creatures are going to have to make wisdom saves at the start of their next turns.
You got it.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Bref and Bella, you can see this guy, kind of one-handed, going, muttering to himself, and he's trying to reload his weapon one-handed. His hammer hand is not being of much use in this circumstance. The ant thing finishes gathering up the coins and moves over here. And there's a gout of steam that emits from this pipe. And this guy goes, "Youch!" And he steps back, but he took some damage from it, actually. Psst. And he starts cussing out this guy in Infernal.
I don't know what counts as a curse word in Infernal.
I was gonna say, I feel like Infernal swears have got to be pretty brutal.
It's not stream appropriate. It's just horrifying.
Either that, or it's just like,
Darn it.
I hope you have a pleasant day.
exactly.
All right, starting their
Scrapes it
turn into exactly. Yes, he wishes it a pleasant day in Infernal. Which practically is a strong enough cuss to vaporize any passing insects. And these guys are starting their turn inside the aura. So that's a wisdom saving throw. So the black-skinned skeletal thing in front... Oh, geez, there's a lot going on. Okay. I forgot to hand out some damage. So I because there's a lot going on, so you'll have to forgive me. But I'll do that in a second. Okay, what's the DC?
17.
17?
Yes.
Okay, and if they make it, what happens?
On a successful save, they take half damage.
Okay, so roll damage. 3 times.
I think it did at the beginning when you first cast it.
Oh, it did at the beginning?
Or does that not count?
Sure, it counts. Okay,
So that's
so
13
half of
damage.
13 is going to be 6. Okay. Didn't like that. Okay, the melty guys.
Oh, dang it.
Why? Happening to me. Even if I'm winning with Spirit Guardians, I'm losing.
Maybe they have negative wisdom modifiers.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, the 16 fails, at least.
So he takes the full 13.
Mm-hmm. Which kills him.
Yay!
So
Yeah, Vapos is pretty much over trying to be non-lethal with these guys.
that thing is destroyed. This guy snarls and steps back. He will provoke an attack of opportunity from Beref.
That's right, he will. Hey, I'll take that.
Oh my god. So he will take 13 points.
Yep.
A nasty cut across the face. You see him pull out a potion. And he casts a spell. So he's holding the potion. You're not sure where it came from. But he's casting a spell. And the spell blankets the room in darkness. I actually have something for this. What is it? What's the keyword I gotta search for here? I know I have this. Ba, 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 ba. I have the perfect thing, but it's not coming to me. The search function on Roll20 not being the best all the time. Well, I'll take this, I guess. No, that's too dark. I have something that would be perfect for this, but I guess I'm not going to do it right now. So I will just draw it. All right. So this thick cloud of stinking, smelly darkness fills the area. Well, I guess you don't know exactly where it extends to, but it will envelop Breath and Bella. And not Vapos. Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And from out of the darkness, Breath, comes an attack by the constantly melting thing.
They will have advantage because I attacked recklessly.
Cool. I mean, I guess it's going to have advantage either way, because it can see and you can't. So it tries to slam you with its melty fist with advantage. And it will hit you. Of course, you're raging, so it's not going to be super a lot of damage. 1.
I think that's just kind of like gross out damage.
Yeah, it's gross out damage.
Oh. Oh.
It goes splat when it hits you, for sure. Okay. Now it's Akiri's turn.
Wait, Max, didn't you say that you had some damage you need to divvy up?
Oh,
something?
yes, thank you. For both the pudding and the skeletal thing, they both spurt acid when attacked from melee. So anyone who hit them with a melee attack is got to take some acid damage. So I guess that's Vapos and Breath and Blitz.
Wouldn't it also be Mavra? Because she attacked it too.
And Mavra. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you... It's every time you do that.
Because I don't think Breath attacked the pudding, did he?
But he
I
attacked
attacked the claw guy.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, actually, I made an assumption that Mavra Maver actually attacked it twice, but I'm going to assume that after it split once, she would have not taken the second attack.
Probably not. I think after she
Yeah.
noticed that it wasn't harming it, she would have held back.
Yeah. Okay. We'll give her that one. Yeah. Okay.
But I attacked it 3 times.
Right. Okay. I'm just trying to find the damn thing. Okay. Here we go. Yes. Okay. So for every time you guys did that, take 4 acid damage for me, please. And the weapons that weren't magical are damaged from the acid. So Blitz is your rapier is blunted. It's gonna take -1 damage. It's gonna do -1 damage.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for reminding me to refresh your inspiration. Eerie's turn.
Alrighty. She's gonna just stretch and reach and pat Vapos on the arm and give him a quick cure wound.
Okay. Yes, you guys can see each other, so no problem.
13 points. Not much, but take it.
Thank you.
Yeah, just stay up.
Doing my best.
Alright, that's the end of her turn.
All right. Don't forget your bonus to heals for being a life cleric.
That is.
Okay. Blitz's turn.
All right. Even though my sword is dulled, I think it will do the most damage if I try to attack again. So I'm going to take my dulled sword and stab at this thing again.
Okay.
17 to hit, so that will be 8 piercing damage. So you said it's 1 less damage?
Yes.
So it's 8 piercing, and I'll go ahead and burn another inspiration to pump another second blades into that.
All right.
Not bad, 10 psychic damage. For, I guess, for a total of 18 damage, so 8 piercing and 10 psychic.
Blammo. You take 4 acid damage as it spurts out at you, and your rapier is damaged again, taking a cumulative -1, so it's -2 now.
Okay. I think as a bonus action, I will use Healing Word on... I can't see breath.
Correct.
So it's going to have to be to Vapos. So I'll do Healing Word on Vapos.
Okay.
At... we'll go ahead and do it at 2nd level.
All right.
11 points of healing, Vapos. And that'll be my turn.
Maver's turn.
Right, that axe thing was pretty disappointing, so I'm going to put that away and pull out my light crossbow. I don't want to hit Vapos, so I'm going to shoot at this one. I know it's real close, but whatever. So that's a 20 to hit.
All right. She actually destroys it. So it is spattered by the hit of the arrow into a bunch of little droplets that begin bubbling and hissing away into nothing.
Cool. I'm going to move to where it was. That'll end my turn.
Crunchy. Ref, you're up.
Right! I cannot see the creature in front of me, but I'm gonna recklessly swing at it anyway.
All right.
So here comes the first one. That's a 19 to hit.
That is a hit. You feel the blade just, it's disgusting. You feel it just slash right down the middle of this fleshy, melty thing and cleave it in twain, destroying it with a final scream.
And then I'm just going to barrel forward. 10, 15. And then what happens when I reach here and try and keep moving forward?
He's not there.
Okay, so I'm just going to keep going.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, and I step
right,
out
you
here. What do I
emerge.
see?
You emerge into. Well, go ahead and make a perception roll.
That's a 25.
Oh, okay. You felt where he was. You brushed by him. He's here.
Okay.
You meet this guy who looks pretty surprised to see you.
I'm gonna keep going up.
Keep away from me, barbarian!
I'm going
raises
to
his hammer
hold
hand.
my sword to his throat, and as a bonus action say, "Call off your pets, or I will personally decorate this room with the bits you've got inside you."
Intimidation check with
Fantastic.
advantage.
Damn.
Oh.
Yes!
He screams out, "Stop! Stop! Stop! Geef! Geef!" And, you hear this heavy sigh as the darkness drops, and he says, "The pudding, it's not my pet. The ooze, it lives in the pipes. I don't control it."
I just narrow my eyes at him, and that will end my turn.
Okay. Vapos' turn. You've heard all that.
Vapos wasn't going to stop attacking the pudding anyways. This thing has been very upsetting for him. So he's going to continue to wail on it with his element. Actually, you know what? Now that he's got a bit more room, he's going to. Well, shoot, he doesn't want to take it.
Oh, I should have had
Never
you
mind.
make a acrobatics check earlier when it had hit you while climbing. But we'll skip that for now.
Okay. Yeah, he took way more damage from an attack than he did from attacking too close. So he's just going to continue to hit it from up here.
Okay.
So another 3 attacks.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Pow. Whammo. Other words. That's 24 points of damage.
Yeah.
So boom, boom, boom. On the third attack, the water fist, it keeps like going, slam it down, slam it down, slam it down. And on the third and final attack, it goes splats. And it is destroyed. Whew. And combat will stop. Well done.
All right.
Good job, everybody.
So, this guy with the sword at his neck says, No more fighting. Do whatever you want. Loot the equipment for all I care. Just, I don't want my inside to be decorations.
All we want to do is turn off the trap on the door in the other hall.
Is that all? Why didn't you just say so? Just push that red button behind me.
You push it.
The ant thing comes up and looks at you and waves its antennae in your face, Bref.
Hi, little friend. Can I help you?
Push the green button. And it pushes the button over here with one, long ant arm. And you hear... Are we good? Then, friend, Darius Cooper at your service. Perhaps we could just
What would have
talk at
happened
this
if
point.
I pressed the red button?
Hey, can you blame me? Look, I'll even put down my pistol. And he lowers the weapon. Okay. Well, folks. Well played. It is just about time to call it. Congratulations. That was a challenging fight.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was awesome.
It was cool.
And,
See, Blitz, this is what happens when you pull the lever too many times.
We win! That's what happens!
if I get some free time over the week, I'll post the contents of the treasure chests, which I assume you guys are going to loot at this point.
Absolutely.
It's not also a mimic, I'll just tell you that right now. It would have died in Bella's aura anyway. And, well played. Thank you for hanging out, the man with no screen name. He did make one excellent joke that things were moving too fast for me to repeat, but I'll tell you now. The man with no screen name said, Bref, picking that lock with a sword has the same energy as trying to pick your nose with a fist.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Brute forced it.
Good job, Brev.
All
You
right.
Brev forced it.
Yes.
Also something Bref has done. I didn't need to know that. All right, guys. Have a good night. Have a good week. Hopefully we're on again next time for another episode of the Wildlands. But until then, have a good one. Have some fun. We'll see you later. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Guys.